Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mat 211 review of Measures of Central Tendency. My name is Julia, and I work for the tutoring centers at ASU. So let's compute the mean, median, and mode of the following data set. We have 7, 2, another 7, -5, 0, 6, and 3. So let's start with the mean. The mean of a data set is the average of that data set. It's the value that is, if you sum up all the different values in this data set and then divide by the number of values in that data set, it will be the number that's kind of right in the middle. So what we can do is we can start by adding all of our values together. So this is going to be 7 plus 2 plus another 7 minus 5, since it's a -5, plus 0 plus 6 plus 3. Now we want to divide this by the number of different data points in our data set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So our n is equal to 7 here. So we're going to divide this by 7. If we add up the top, this will give us 20, and we can divide that by 7. Now, if you want this as a decimal, you can just pop this in your calculator, and you'll probably get a repeating decimal on this one, but you can calculate that. We'll leave it as 20 over 7 for now, since we can represent this as exactly as a fraction. So that's our first. Next, let's calculate our mean, or our median, excuse me. Let me erase all my doodles here. So for our median, the median is the middle number of an ordered data set. If there is no middle, due to even numbers of points, then we take the average of the two middle candidates. So the first thing we need to do is notice that our data is not ordered here. It's, we've got some large numbers, we've got a negative number, we got a 0, it's kind of all over the place. So the first thing we need to do is put this in numeric order, starting with the smallest value and ending with the largest. So we'll just write median here so we know what we're talking about. And we're going to start by ordering. So our smallest value is -5. So I'm just going to cross that out, write it down here. Got our -5. Next we've got a 0. Next we have a 2. And then a 3. And then looks like a 6. And then we have 2 7s. So now that we have this ordered, we can go ahead and figure out what our middle value is. Well, we already said that we have 7 elements in our data set here. So since this is an odd number, we just want to take the value that is directly in the middle. So we can see that this 3 is right in the middle. This means that there is an equal number of values to the left of it as well as to the right of it. So this 3 is going to be our median. So an important thing to note is that if we had had an extra value on here, so pretend for a moment we also had maybe an 8 on here. Well, then we would have needed to take the 2 middle values, since this would leave us again with 3 on the left and 3 on the right. But now there's 2 values in the center here because this is an odd number data set. And we would need to take these 2 numbers and average them. And when I say averaging them, I mean that we would say 3 plus 6 divided by 2. So the same thing as we did with our mean, but just for these 2 values. And this would have been, 9. This has been 4.5. So 9 over 2 equals 4.5. But in this case, we do have an odd numbers set, so we don't need to do this. So lastly, we want to figure out what the mode of our set is. The mode is the most frequently occurring data point. So this is often easiest to find out once we've already ordered our data, especially if you have a really long data set, then you're going to want to put it in order first so that you can see where different points are collected together. So in this case, notice that all of our values are single values here. That is, they're only repeated once. So, you know, only 1, -5, only 1, 0, etc., except for our 7s here. So our 7s, we have 2 of those. Since those have the most amount of repeats in them, that is, they're the most frequently reoccurring or frequently occurring, then those 7s are going to be our mode. Now, if we'd had more than one point that had the same highest number, so say if we had a another -5 on here too, then we would have 2 modes. We'd have a -5 and a 7 in this case, or in that case. But in this case, we only have the one set of 7s that has the most. So we're good with just saying 7. So we found our mean, our median, and our mode out of our data set. And that's it. Before I go, I just want to remind you all that if you're looking for any additional tutoring or academic support at ASU, please go to the Tutoring Center's website, tutoring.asu.edu, where you will find all of our resources. Also, if you're looking for tutoring for your specific course, then you can use our tutor search tool, which you can find on our main website page here, or by going directly to this full link here, which will take you right to that tool. So thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.